Band. Welcome to the Musical Arcade Challenge of the Week. This week we are using musicracer.com, and this is an activity where you're going to be identifying fingerings for your instrument. So this is going to involve a little bit of your knowledge about the instrument that you play. Now, for this level, for students who are in Hilltop or the middle school, you may want to have a fingering chart handy for this game, and you can either find one in the back of your book, or you can Google fingering chart and the name of your instrument, and you should have plenty that you can choose. I would select the one that you find most appealing or closest to what you're going to see in this game. Now, a couple things. The way that you are going to see the fingerings in here presented is going to depend on your instrument. Trumpet players, trombone players are going to see a note on the music staff and need to select the fingering based on numbers. If you are a woodwind player, you're actually going to see a picture of your instrument with keys colored in if they are pressed down. They'll be hollow if they are up, and you are picking the fingering or the note name that matches that fingering. Percussionists, you are going to see a layout of how your bars would be on a mallet percussion instrument, and then you are going to be identifying the note from there. Now, if you go to musicracer.com, which is where the link is going to take you in Google Classroom, you're going to want to scroll down. You can't see this option when you first log in. You're going to want to switch to the competitive version. And this allows you to compete against players from all over the country. So when I do that, it takes me to this pink screen for musicracer.com. And then you'll see a pick your game here, but I want you to scroll down again because there are more options below. You see high scores will be reset May 1st. Well, what are we talking about here? If you go to top 50 scores, they actually track the top scores from around the country. The first page you log into are the all-time bests. But if you want to see a specific game, for example, if I go to easy, which is going to be where you start, this would be equivalent to level A of your fingerings. And then I pick fingerings and hit go. This is a running list of top scores. And as you can see, there are scores that are just for the month of April in here. And again, these scores are going to be reset in May. Now, you get a chance to, if you make this list, it will automatically pop up. Put in your name, your instrument, your school. Make sure you put Beechwood in there, either Hilltop or Beechwood Middle School or Beechwood High School, so that I can perhaps screen grab and post and give you a shout out for making the top 50 list, along with your time and the day that you achieved your high score. So if we back out of here for a second, let's talk about how we're going to set this up. And I'm going to go back to competitive, starting from the pink screen. I'm going to pick fingerings unless I am a percussionist. If I'm a percussionist, I'm going to need to pick note names because there's not a fingerings equivalent for your instrument. So everybody who plays a wind instrument is picking fingerings. If you're a percussionist, you're going to pick note names. So when I do that, I have the option to pick my instrument, which I will do. I'm going to pick trumpet for now, which again means that I'm going to see a note on the music staff, and then I have to pick the fingering for that note by numbers, the number of the valves that you need to press down to play that note. If you're a woodwind instrument, you're going to see the opposite. You're going to see a picture of your instrument and need to name the note that would go with it. For percussionists, you're going to see a layout set up like a keyboard, kind of sort of, on your screen, and you are going to need to pick the note based on the note you see show up. So it'll show you like a C, and then you have to identify on your keyboard where the buttons are, where that C would be. So let's start here. When I hit begin, it's going to time us. Now, we have to be fast, but we have to be accurate. The only way to wind up on that top 50 list or to advance to the next level of difficulty is to get a perfect score. So you have to go 8 out of 8 on level A to move on to level B. Now, if you go really fast, well, I don't know if I'll get fast enough here. If you go really fast, it will play music as a celebration. So don't be surprised if that happens if you go really quick. So let's go ahead and see what this looks like. D, A, F, G, E, B. Hey! So if you look down here, you have um, a level A that you can try this again. Of course, you heard the celebration music. There's a bunch of different songs that could be played. There is level B, which is the next harder level. Now, B is going to challenge you to do more questions and a broader range of notes. If you beat level B, then you can go on to level C. If you go on to level C, it's going to be an even broader range of notes with more challenging, like flats and sharps mixed in. Now, if you look and see here, it says that I had a time of 11 seconds, 0.786. But it tells me that if I got a score of 11 seconds, 0.721, that would start to get me out of the top 50 list. So you may start to see that showing up. If you're getting close, they'll let you know. And that means you can go back and you can choose to try it again and go faster, which would be level A, or you can advance to level B. And again, there's 3 different difficulties, A, B, and C. So if you make it onto the top 50, I will include a Google form that you can submit a screenshot of that to, just like we did for Hoop Shoot. And I would love to see us start to take over that leaderboard. Good luck, Beechwood. Game on.